Hey guys, it's Matt here from the Bull Call, and today we're going to go over Voo and the S&P 500 ETFs. Which one's better, Voo or Spy? But before we get into the video, I would quickly just want to ask you guys if you can go down below, click that like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel out so much. Can't stress it enough. Really does help out the channel. So let's get right into the video. Don't want to waste any time here. So obviously we're going to look at the 4-hour charts like we always do. And here is Voo. It is the S&P 500 ETF from Vanguard. So obviously we could see here's the March, COVID sell-off that we all know about. Obviously, so this is mirroring the S&P 500 going down and then obviously rallying. Let's see. If we look up Voo, no, not Voo Vs Spy. If we look up Voo, VOO, we actually have rallied a little over 86% from the March lows. So the interesting thing about that is we've rallied a lot. Now, if you are interested in doing a long-term investment like the S&P 500, I would recommend putting it in an account that's more of a long-term type account, like a retirement account, or just an account you're planning on holding, not buying and selling, just holding for a very long time. So if you actually look up what's the difference between SPY and VOO, VOO costs 0.03, while SPY costs about triple, which is 0.09%, just to own it. Now, obviously, you're going to be earning dividends, so it's going to offset the expense ratio. So you're obviously going to be earning, just 0.03% less of the dividend compared to 0.09% of dividend. That's how I look at it. Obviously, it's going to take away 0.03% of your holdings, and when you just think about it as it's going to take away this amount from your dividends, that's how I like to look at it. It's not really my money. They're taking almost their own money back. So I also like how Voo is broken down. If we look at Voo holdings, I think it's actually has better holdings than SPY itself. If we take a look at here, its highest holdings is Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Alphabet, and then Tesla's all the way down here, which is I like to have a good little exposure to Tesla. So you get some volatility here. You get some good stability from the bank, from a really good bank, JP Morgan. You actually get some dividends from Johnson & Johnson. You get some overall just great investment from Berkshire Hathaway. Obviously, you get Alphabet, which is Google, which is really nice. You get two Googles back to back. It's like opening about 3% of Google. You get some Facebook, and then you get obviously Amazon, great company, absolutely insane company, I should actually say. Microsoft, also a very good company. And then these two actually pay dividends, so that actually makes our dividend yield go up to about, where's the dividend yield? I guess over here. The dividend yield is 1.4%, which is actually not bad because you're actually going to be gaining, almost relatively around 10% every year. 10%, with this yield, and it's really a great investment for the long term. I can't stress it enough. Like this, it's insane. I mean, you can go take a look at my old video. I put a video out on how important dividends are. Obviously, dividends shouldn't be your main focus. It can be, but it's very hard to focus just on dividends because you need a lot of money to be sitting in your account just to be collecting enough dividends to be paying off, your month-to-month bills. But having dividends being paid to you is great, and especially if you're enrolled in something called DRIP, which is dividend reinvesting automatically. So, I mean, it automatically reinvests your dividends into, whatever holding you have. I have it set up for all my shares. I have Qualcomm. I have, Voo, all automatically just buying shares right back. Right after they give their dividends out, it just buys, fractional shares, and then those will earn interest on themselves, and it's just compounding interest. And I mean, as you can see, this is literally almost a chart of compounding interest. It literally just shoots right up. Right up. It's literally straight up is compounding interest, which is one of the most wonderful things in this world. It's almost considered the fifth wonder of the world. Compounding interest. A lot of people don't understand how powerful compounding interest is. 100% of 50, 100% of 150, and then you keep even just 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%. It grows so fast, and then all of a sudden your 10% of 50 becomes 100% or 1,000% of 50 once you have like 5,000, or 50,000 or 500,000. You're ready at like thousands of percents over 50. So I mean, when you think about it, compounding interest is so crucial to the part of investing and long-term shares of especially the S&P 500. And the S&P 500 has always shown to, if you bought and held for at least 5 years, has never lost. Has never lost. It's never lost money. You buy right here, 5 years later, you're at least at the same or better. And like the only thing is like if you bought like right here around the 2008 crisis, but if you actually bought at the 2008-2009 crisis, you're up an astronomical price, an astronomical amount, which is insane when you think about it. It's just like the March lows. You're up 80%. And this thing moves 10% a year. This thing moved 80% last year. That's insane. The whole market went on a huge bull run last year. I'm sure you guys all know that. But I mean, that's pretty much it for this video. I just want to quickly go over like how powerful the S&P 500 really is. And Voo is, it depends on, you can go either way, but if you wanted to own SPY, it's more of like a trading. And if you want to quickly get in and out of trades, or you want to watch just the S&P 500, I feel like it closely matches the actual price of the S&P 500, because this is 426, and if we look at the S&P 500 itself, it's going to be close to, it's at 428. So like this price, in my mind, more accurately represents the actual price of the S&P 500, which is actually cooler. Like you're like, okay, so the S&P 500 is a little bit more expensive than a 426. It's about 4,280. You're like, okay, you're roughly at this price instead of being at Voo, which is at 393, which is nowhere near this price. Obviously, this is 1,000. I'm just talking about 393 and then 5. And then if you think about 4266, and then this is 4280. So I mean, I feel like if you wanted to trade, you can definitely look at SPY. It's definitely a definitely interesting to look at. But yeah, so Voo is definitely a very good long-term investment if you guys want to do that. Obviously, I'm not giving financial advice, but S&P 500 has never let anyone down, but obviously always can in the future. But yeah, talk to you guys in the next video. I'll see you guys. Peace out.